I, a 52-year-old female at the time, was traveling by car to an out-of-town job assignment. I had stopped at a popular, busy gas station/travel shop. Okay, it's Buc-ee's. To fill up the car, stretch my legs, use the restroom, and grab a snack. I was approached by a developmentally disabled woman who appeared to be in her mid-20s. She was looking for a ride to a town a couple of towns over. Her ride had abandoned her while she was in the restroom. She was a little upset. She didn't have a cell phone and didn't know any phone numbers, so I could call someone for her. I checked with the employees at the store, and they said that she had been there for an hour looking for a ride because she said her friends left her while she was in the restroom. I then made the decision to do something I'd never done before: offer a stranger a ride. I wasn't going to the town that she wanted to go to, but I was heading in that direction, and I told her that I could drop her off at the grocery store in the next town where I would be turning off to go to my destination. The grocery store was always busy, and it was very likely she'd have an easier time getting a ride to where she wanted to go also. And she'd be 5 miles away from where she wanted to go instead of 25 miles, and she'd have an easier time walking the distance if she had to. This was agreeable to her, so we set off. Right away, I noticed a van following us. I tried to lose the van, but it seemed to keep pace. Meanwhile, the woman wanted to play with my phone. I told her no, it wasn't a toy, it was for work, and I moved it out of her reach. The van speeds up and starts to get closer. The woman suddenly remembers her boyfriend's phone number, and we need to call him. I can't use my phone while driving. This was pre-car sync voice-activated operation, and I was approaching the outskirts of the business district of the next town, and no cell phone use while driving signs were everywhere. I told her, "We're almost to the grocery store, we can call him from the parking lot, okay?" And she becomes agitated and yells, "No, you have to take me home." "I told you I can't do that, I'm not going there. It's in the opposite direction of where I need to go, and I'm expected soon. We'll call him from the parking lot, all right?" She becomes more upset and frustrated, and I notice that the van is getting closer. I pull into the grocery store parking lot. It's about 4 p.m., and the grocery store is busy. I pull up in front of the store and ask for her boyfriend's number, and she can't remember his number. She won't get out of the car. She's arguing with me, and the van is pulling into the parking lot now. There is a sheriff's deputy parked nearby, and I roll down my window and signal that I need to speak to him. He walks over and asks me what's going on. I tell him where I met this woman, and now she won't get out of the car, and under my breath I tell him that there was a van that's been following us. The deputy tells the woman, "She brought you here where you asked her to. I think it's time for you to leave her car right now." She slowly gets out of the car, and I ask once more for her boyfriend's number, and she says, "You're crazy. I don't have a boyfriend. Oh, look, they're my friends now." And she points at that van. The deputy and I share a look, and he says, "Give me your contact info. I can delay them for about 20 minutes while I check their license and registration and lecture them about abandoning a special needs adult. You get out of here, and I'll check on you before my shift is over. And don't pick up any more hitchhikers." I left and went to my destination. He called me to make sure that I got to where I was going and told me that they were keeping an eye on the van and its owners. He told me he also contacted a colleague at the sheriff's department in the county where I was working, and that she would contact me in a day or two. While I was on an assignment there, I spoke to 2 deputies and a detective about the woman in the van. No one ever told me anything about them, but they were very interested in the whole process. My nightmare is one day I'll turn on a true crime show and see a report about this woman and her gang robbing and killing people. If you enjoyed this scary story, listen to thousands more, either over on the Let's Read YouTube channel or podcast.